Hello, you guys, and welcome back to the show. Listen, I know I've been MIA for the past couple of months with releasing content and episodes in the long form, but it's for a very good reason. See, I've been undergoing a shift of my own, both spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and in regards to my mission, part of my purpose, right? A clarity of vision, if you will. And I didn't have clarity on what that shift exactly was before, even though I knew it was happening. And now I'm clear on it, which is why I am launching a new mini series on the show called Finding the Truth in the Middle, Keeping It Real with Sarah Spark Malone. And in this mini series, and who knows, it may be a main series, but the shows will be shorter, about 15 to 20 minutes. And the goal with this show is to take some of these big and scary topics that we're all being fed right now, right? In the world of mental and emotional um, mental health awareness and emotional health and spiritual healing, right? Healers and the world of spiritual awakening and God and the universe and the planets and um, mythical beings, aliens, and and sometimes smaller things like motivation and health and habits and rituals and all of these types of things, right? Because we hear so much information on a day-to-day basis, and especially now it's only increasing with the presence and prevalence of social media and the internet, and it's only going to get more so to the point where I've learned recently that I no longer believe almost anything that I see or read or hear online, especially with the introduction and the new presence of AI. And so, my goal with this series is to be controversial, really, because some of the crap that we are being fed, specifically in the spiritual healing realm with all of these different gurus now and mystics and goddesses and gods and shamans and healers and coaches and you name it now. Everybody seems to be an expert in spiritual awakening. And the truth is that most are not. And even if they think they are, they're just a little bit off. And here's the point I'm trying to make with all of this: just a little bit off from the truth that can be found in the middle, a very fine line in the middle, might I say, just a little bit off can send us into a direction where we find ourselves miles off of course in the matter of months and years, which is a big problem that I'm seeing now because a lot of charlatans, influencers, and honestly, these people sound really good. They're very talented, very talented. They sound amazing, right? Their words are beautiful, their bodies are beautiful, their social media accounts are beautiful, but they're a little bit off. And what that does is that misleads, manipulates, and honestly does harm to those following their ways, their teachings, their accounts, and all these types of things. Listen, the difference between a truth and a lie is only 1 millimeter away, not even two. 1 millimeter away. And it's important now more than ever that we do find truth with a capital T. There are very few things that are actually true in the world. The rest are just opinions, theories, and beliefs, if you will. And so, my goal with this is to help us find that center so that you don't lose your way in a time of complete confusion, chaos, turmoil in some ways, abundance in others too. But we have a lot more coming up ahead. And when I speak, I am not speaking on my own behalf. I am speaking on behalf of, hmm, I am speaking on behalf of the God of the universe, not the universe. I am speaking on behalf of what I've seen, been shown, or been instructed to communicate. And I'm more than happy to have conversations, right? I know that this series, or whether it be mini or major, is going to ruffle some feathers, and it may even ruffle yours, right? If it does, I encourage you to lean into it not away from it. If I ruffle your feathers, if I touch a sensitive point, especially when talking about spirituality and God, with all of this religious trauma that we have in the world, if I do happen to touch a sensitive point and you find yourself feeling angry at me, upset with me, hurt by me, first of all, I'm sorry that you feel that way. Second of all, lean into it and open up a conversation with me, because I promise you that everything I say, I will be saying from a place of love. Everything that I talk about will be talked about because I see it as a recurring problematic issue in the world and in the collective's lives, because I deal with a lot of people and I'm also very tapped into the collective. And I promise you that what I'm saying will be well thought out and will not mislead you away from God, but rather it will lead you closer to Him, into a relationship with Him. And that does not look like me feeding you a bunch of BS that asks you to sign up for my crap or attend my things, even though I think that they will benefit you. And I would love to work with you. But all of this is to help you discover your own relationship with yourself, with God, with others, and with the world around you. Okay. With yourself, with God, with others, and with the world around you. Because I can tell you this: peace will not happen in this world until we as a collective humanity can come into peace with ourselves, with God, with others, and with the world around us. So, what the world needs now is love and the truth. Okay, that's what the world needs, and it's severely lacking, right? We may have some love in places, but do we have the truth? Do we have the truth with a capital T? And that is what this series is going to be about. These episodes will be 15 to 20 minutes long, so they're not going to be huge, right? Because these are big topics. These are big topics like, what are evil tools, and what is evil, what is good, what is love, what is not love, what is God, who is God, who am I, what is motivation and the myths of motivation. In fact, that's going to be the first episode, which will be posted directly after this show, about motivation and how I don't actually think motivation is a feeling at all. We'll talk about that. But some of these topics, guys, are going to provoke you to change your belief systems, possibly. And you get to choose that, right? I'm not here to tell you what to believe, but I am here to provide a different perspective on some of these topics, even though they've been kind of cliche for a long time, right? Like motivation comes and goes, and you don't need to be motivated to act. And it's like, yes, you do. You do need to be motivated to act. That's the only thing that drives an action, motivation of some sort. So I want to dispel some of these mythical, nice sounding, cliche headline phrases for us, both big and smaller, so that we can come to the middle, keep it real, and digest the big stuff in chunks. Okay. This series is going to get real. It's going to get really real. You may not agree with all of it. You may love some of it, and you may push others away. And again, if you're pushing something away, I encourage you. There may be something there for you. I'm not saying that everything I say is like the Bible, right? But it is going to provoke you into a different way of thinking that may just show you parts of yourself that are potentially unhealed, weakened, or defensive, which gives you an opportunity to dive into a part of yourself that may need healing. So I encourage you to do that. Anyways, I'm very excited for this series because, again, I've been shifting and I haven't really fully understood the nature of this shift until I talked to a dear, dear friend of mine. Kendrick, if you're listening, thank you so much for the encouraging, empowering words, for putting this series together, because of my gut-wrenching feels and experiences seeing some of this absolute horrific bullcrap out there from self-proclaimed gurus, people with high followers that I can see they are just leading them and maybe you right off of a cliff. And I cannot sit back and watch that happen, knowing things that I know and knowing that I have a voice and a platform and you guys as a place and a space to do that. And so here we go, guys. Get ready. It's about to get even more real. This show from the very beginning. I've been doing the show now for 2 years. And the show from the very beginning, I said that it's going to be, I will lead with vulnerability and transparency, as I always have done. And I'm not afraid to get real. I'm not afraid to speak the truth. And we're about to take that to a whole nother level. So buckle your seatbelts. Join me for this series. It is about to begin. The first episode will be on motivation, the myths of motivation, and why you do need it and have it in order to take an action. It is not an emotion. It is a driving force. So we'll get more into that in the next episode. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for always joining me, supporting me, subscribing, reviewing, contributing to the show and Spark in your donations and sponsoring of other individuals in order to come into this space. I love you so much. I can't thank you enough. And let's grow, glow, and go, baby. I love you. I'll see you soon. Please share and rate this show and subscribe so you get notified when the first episode and all the other nitty-gritty juicy ones come out. I love you all. Have a blessed day and let's go.